Welcome to Monologues by Hassie, where I'm going to be dropping unsolicited brain dumps from the depths of my grey matter. I'll talk about life, money, society, and self-development, plus whatever else lies up there, whilst hopefully not getting cancelled in the process. 2023 is a year where I find myself with so much clarity and at the same time a lot of confusion about how I should be approaching the many goals I want to achieve. And outside of my career, being a software engineer and what I do Monday to Friday and self-development on the weekends, there's other aspects of my life which I would like to explore and expand and experience things in. Now, last year I got a lot of travel done, but unfortunately all my trips were either 1 week or less. And one thing I've noticed from colleagues and friends who've taken extended breaks is there is such a tremendous benefit conferred from taking that stress from your day-to-day grind and having a period to unwind, because people come back a lot fresher. I got to experience a little bit of that in Vanuatu, and I remember when I came back from that 1 week, I felt absolutely incredible. And so a lot of my goals this year require me taking extended absence from the workplace. Or so I thought, right? If I want to take an extended holiday, and that's something I definitely want to do and I haven't ruled out. But I also want to do a lot of training and development, which involves me taking days off work. So I actually, all my annual leave that I've taken this calendar year so far has been towards training and development, with the exception of 1 or 2 days. And I'll give you an example. I'm doing a 1-day sales training course next month, which I'm very excited about because I think it's really important to learn how to sell. And I'm also doing a course with the Australian Institute of Company Directors in April, a 2-day course on understanding how not-for-profit boards work, because that's something that I want to pursue down the track. And as a result, I'm investing in that training. And these 2 courses alone have required me to spend 3 days of my annual leave. And I personally think it's worth it because it's still a break from work. It's not what I normally do. It's something exciting for me. And doing these types of courses brings me a lot of energy. And at the same time, I want you to remember what I just said about wanting to take an extended holiday. I'm taking annual leave for these courses. And one thing that I really wanted to get back into this year seriously is meditation. So I made meditation daily habit at the end of last year, and that was really great. But in general, over the last few years, since I did my 10-day Vipassana meditation retreat at the start of 2021, my meditation habit has been very patchy. And I've really wanted to do another 10-day course. Reason being, the first time I did a 10-day course, my mentality, my mindset, my mental health was in a very different spot. And now that I'm doing considerably better, I would love to see what a 10-day meditation retreat unlocks in me. So doing the accounting here, I'm looking at, in an ideal state, I would take something like at least 2 months off this year, a portion which would have to be unpaid. That's just simply how it would have to work. At the same time, I know I've got goals like investment goals and buying my first property. So I know that there's actually demands on my capital and my income that's flowing into me where that might not be the most sensible decision to make this year. So I found myself very conflicted. And as a result of that, I also found myself doing something that I hadn't planned on. At the start of this month, almost at the last minute, about 5 days before it happened, I booked myself into a 1-day meditation retreat whilst thinking about this exact dilemma. How was I going to fit all these extracurricular activities into my calendar, take leave off work? How was I going to do them? Because I know that doing something like a 10-day meditation retreat, it's something that brings a lot of value to your life. It helps you reflect, it helps you improve your senses and your self-awareness, and that has a compound benefit. And when I was looking at doing this 10-day course, I kept pushing the dates back and back into the year because I'm like, there are prerequisites that need to be completed on my end before I can comfortably take unpaid leave and go and do a 10-day meditation course like that. And so I was on the website for the course and I saw that there were 1-day courses. And if you'd previously done a 10-day course before, if you were what they called an old student of that meditation discipline, Vipassana, you could do a 1-day course. And I said, you know what, let's just do a 1-day course and see how it goes. So I signed up for the 1-day course. I let a friend who'd previously known about it, who'd previously done the Vipassana meditation as well. I'd let him know that this was happening, and he decided to sign up as well, which was great. And we both went and we did this one-day meditation course. And for me, the one realization I had is this is something that I wanted to do this year that I knew would confer incredible benefit to me. And because I wanted everything to be some sort of ideal world where I could do the 10-day meditation course, I pushed it towards the end of the year. But by doing this one-day meditation course, while it's not the same, it definitely brought some benefit to my life. And what I realized is, in a year that's as jam-packed as this one, and I know this is going to be a challenging year on multiple fronts, that the best solution that I can do in the meantime is microdosing the good stuff. What in my life do I know that can bring a lot of benefit to me, and how can I microdose that? So the one-day meditation retreat was perfect, and in fact I'm doing it again next month, and I'm going to keep looking for opportunities to do these one-day courses. If I do a one-day course every month, it might not be the same effect as doing 10 days of meditation straight, but it allows me to bake so much flexibility into my life because I can generally do this on a weekend. I don't need to take any leave, which frees up time for me to maybe take that extended holiday towards the end of the year, which is something that I still haven't penned in my calendar because there's so many other variables to make that happen. And I just realized across the board, this is what I should be doing this year. I should be microdosing the good things because it's just something, it is a limiting belief where I think as humans, we naturally come up with these big, lofty ideals of how we'd like our lives to pan out. And when it doesn't happen that way, sometimes we fall into this all or nothing dilemma. And really, it shouldn't be all or nothing. Even if we can't do everything the exact way that we'd like to do it, there are ways that we can microdose, and that's somewhere in the middle. That's the middle path. There's ways we can microdose the good things in life and confer those benefits. And it's not going to be the same experience as doing them all in one hit, but it is absolutely better than nothing. And I realized that that was one of the limiting beliefs that I picked up in myself, that everything needed to be perfect, and if it wasn't perfect, I couldn't do it. And I realized that there is a much better way to do things. So my prompt to everyone listening to this is, for me, my microdosing is meditation, and I'm doing that one day a month. What have you been putting off because you think it requires maybe an amount of time which isn't feasible for you at the moment? Maybe you've just started a family and you've got a young kid and you've got all these crazy things happening in your life, and there's something that you'd like to do which is going to take you, it's going to take 2 weeks out of your normal life. How can you microdose that experience and confer even a fraction of the benefits? That's my prompt to everyone listening to this. And with that, I will end it there, and I wish everyone out there great success on all your endeavors. You've just made it through another episode of Monologues by Hassie. It brings me great pleasure to know that you made it to the end. To listen to more episodes, subscribe on your favorite podcast app or visit monologuesbyhassie.com. Thanks for swinging by.